Hello everyone! Once again, I'm in a different location. I suspect that soon I'll be in a bit more of a consistent location each time. But for now, you're coming on a tour around Northern England with me. Well, just Yorkshire even. So yeah, today it's just me on the live stream, and I asked you guys if you had any questions for me. I know that Abby had mentioned that she doesn't have any questions quite yet, but I am really looking forward to running the workshop and answering any questions she has then, because she was saying she might have some then. I'll say that if anyone else is interested in a free singing workshop, it's going to be running from the 4th of July. I'll be delivering it through a Facebook group, so that you can ask me questions, interact with each other. You won't have to sing in front of anyone. And yeah, completely free for 14 days. If you want to sign up for that, head to the link in my bio. But I'll cover that again later. Okay, so I did get a great question. This was from Mishbud, I think Michelle. Apologies if I'm getting that wrong. I think Mishbud1. And they were asking about exercises to help you sing, breathe, or hit a note. So, this is something I'll cover in more detail in the free workshop, but there's a couple of things that I can go over today as well. So I've got my little notes here. So one of the things that we want to think about, particularly with breathing, is we want to breathe nice and low in the body. So one way that we can do this is if we start by breathing out all the air that we're currently holding, because we're all always holding a little bit of air unless we consciously breathe it out. Then we let the breath drop nice and low in the body, and we kind of feel the stomach pop out like a balloon. So I'll show you sat down and I'll show you stood up. So I'm going to hiss everything out. And then I've got my breath nice and low. So I'll show you stood up as well. So you can see my tummy. Okay. So you can see it kind of bounces back out like a balloon. And it's nice, low, supportive breath. That's the kind of breath that we would really like for singing. Let me see. There are all kinds of factors that will affect us being able to hit certain notes. So I'll go into that a little bit now. So some of the things that can affect it: posture, head positioning, the breath, as we've just covered, whether or not you've warmed up properly, the number of notes that you can already sing comfortably, although it's worth noting that that is something that you can work on and your range of notes can get bigger. Your eyebrows can affect it, not the way they look, but where they are on your head. The mental chatter, the way that you're talking to yourself, can affect it. How developed your ear is, so how easily you can hear and replicate different notes. And again, that's also something you can work on. You don't have to be perfect at that. So I'll cover something simple today anyway, because as you can tell from that, there are many, many things that can affect it. And I can't cover all that today, but I will cover some more during the free workshop. So if you're struggling to hit a note that feels quite high for you, one of the things that you can do is, so having that nice low breath, thinking about good posture, that can be quite detailed. So for now, I'll just say standing up nice and straight and raising your eyebrows to hit the note. That can be such a simple trick that can work wonders. So when you're coming up to the note that feels too high, or the notes, just raising the eyebrows, reaching up for the notes. It can just be really, really helpful. Also changing how you sing it. So sometimes we feel like a note is too high, even when it is actually a note we've sung before. Maybe because we're hearing it sung really breathily and like, oh, that sounds so high. Whereas singing it quite loud and without too much breathiness can make it a lot easier to sing. So perhaps if you've been trying to sing something that feels too high and you've been trying to do it softly, maybe just going for it and seeing how that feels. Obviously be mindful, you don't want to feel any pain or anything like that. But yeah, I've certainly found that sometimes notes that have just felt too high when I've been trying to do it soft. Once I've just gone for it, I've been like, oh, easy. I think me and Carla were talking about this a couple of weeks ago even. The other thing is, in terms of hitting notes, if the note feels too low, one thing you don't want to do is this. It's very tempting to reach down for the note. We don't want to be doing that with our faces. We want the head to stay in a nice neutral position, you know, not too far forwards, not too far back, and the chin just kind of normal, you know. If you can look at something that's at eye level for you to help you keep the head just neutral, that's great. And something that I like to do is, because we still want to have that like mentality of reaching down for the note, I like to think about my feet on the floor and as if like roots are growing down into the ground from my feet. So I'm reaching downwards. And although that's just a mental exercise, that can be enormously helpful. As I said earlier, the mental chatter sometimes, if we're speaking to ourselves unkindly, that can be enough for us to not be able to sing properly. So I've really learned that, especially when I'm doing challenging things, just quickly pepping myself up as I'm coming up to like a really challenging note or something and being like, you can do this, or I trust you, helps so much. And of course, same as with trying to reach high notes, we still want a nice low breath. We want to be standing up nice and straight. So yeah, I hope that has been helpful. There are, of course, a million other ways to improve at these things. Plenty of breath exercises that you can be doing that will help you to breathe better. It can be difficult at first learning to breathe low, and even in my day-to-day I don't always breathe low, but with singing now it's very much ingrained in me and I breathe low for singing. It's funny that I'm practicing breathing all day as I walk around and talk to people, but yes, I can breathe properly when I'm singing and sometimes not when I'm talking. My point being, anyway, that it can be a bit difficult at first because having to think about how to breathe can feel a bit weird, but it does become natural when you're singing over time. So, with all of that said, because I don't think I'll get into anything else today, because hopefully that has been helpful. Hopefully I'm not throwing too much information at you there in one go. If you do want to learn more, as I mentioned at the beginning, I am going to be running a free 14-day workshop. It's called Stronger Singing with Fran. I'm Fran. Hello, if you didn't already know that. You can go to the link in my bio, or when I repost this on Facebook, I'll put the link in the post to sign up for that. You'll be put on a mailing list that's just going to give you information about the workshop and just any relevant services. I'm not going to be selling your data or anything like that. You can unsubscribe at any time. And yeah, the workshop will be delivered. It'll be short, manageable videos over the course of 14 days. You do not have to sing in front of anyone. You don't have to post any recordings or any videos of yourself singing. But you actually are welcome to if you would like, if you want any feedback or just want to show some of your progress, like absolutely you can, but you do not have to. There'll also be a live Q&A during that week. So as you're learning new things, if anything pops up or if there is just anything I haven't covered that you're interested in, you'll be able to ask me that on the course as well. So hopefully I will see you there on the singing workshop, Stronger Singing with Fran. As I say, head to the link in my bio, or if you're seeing this on Facebook or anything, check the link in the post. And yeah, 4th of July, for 2 weeks, running through a Facebook group, and I'll be sending emails of the videos as well, but best to join the Facebook group so that you can be interacting with other people. Okay, thank you for your question, Michelle. I'm sorry, I wrote down the username but forgot to write down your full name. I'm pretty sure your name is Michelle. So thank you very much for your question, and I hope this was helpful. Please let me know. Okay, Have a lovely evening, guys. Bye bye for now.